Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Married at First Sight, Season 17, Episode 7. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. Before we get into it, y'all are my people, and I'm so happy that you join me each and every week to listen to my reviews of Married at First Sight. I just want to put out this disclaimer because I noticed some rude behavior in my comments section last week. I am very respectful to all of you, and you shall respect me in return. I had somebody actually use profanity and try to get into it in the comment section behind a comment that I responded to another commenter. Don't do that. I don't cuss y'all out. I don't say, oh, that's some bullshit, or you this and you that. I don't do that to y'all. So please respect me, okay? And also, I'm a little bit under the weather, so I pulled up the strength, okay? I had to pull myself up by my bootstraps like Lauren had to do tonight, and I came over here to give y'all this review. So please be respectful. If you think Lauren right and you think Orion wrong, cool. If you think Orion is right and you think Lauren is wrong, cool. But be respectful in the comment section. Now, child, let's get into it. When the episode first opens up, Lauren and Orion are still at dinner. Sex is off the table, so it's dinner only. Honey, whatever's on that plate is the only thing on the table. So Orion starts saying he feels like she's not okay. You know, I'm just really starting to feel like you're not okay. She said, well, I feel like you're judging me. Girl, that's because he is. He starts gaslighting her by saying it's not the reason why he took sex off the table, but it does play a part. He feels there are a lot of steps to get to know each other, and he doesn't want to just, get into things just yet. He doesn't want sex to just be some type of checklist. So she said, well, the things that you're saying, they are not aligning with what you're doing. So let's just listen to these forks clink on these plates and be quiet about it. Okay, because you done pissed me off. So therefore, and thus and such, I need to be quiet. So he's not good with the quiet, because how dare she make a request? She's telling him she's not in the space to talk about it. She doesn't feel safe. She does not have the mental capacity. So she's crying and it's pissing me off. He is being manipulative and emotionally abusive in these scenes. I don't know if y'all are looking at the manipulation. So he says to her, you know what? I'm sorry if you felt like, she said, nope. That ain't gonna cut it. She cut him off right there. She said, because I'm sorry if apology is not an apology. And you know that it is not. I'm glad she stood up for herself and didn't let him gaslight her into believing sex being off the table wasn't about what she shared, because it very much was. Emily and Brennan. So they're at dinner. They're talking about the deep conversations and religion. She's Catholic. He's Jewish. She's open to raising kids Jewish and she's willing to convert. He's happy that she's so open. Now, as I was watching this, because I got my good eye on Brennan, and I've told y'all this since episode 1. Okay, something about him I don't trust. Really and truly, I think he's just happy that she's willing to bend, because he probably was not going to bend. So it's either his way or the highway. That's what it's giving me. Brennan said that he has an open mind as well, and he always changes it. So, you just never know. So then she asked him about kids. They both agree that they want one boy and one girl. She wants the boy to be older. He doesn't care either way. So then he asked, what about her favorite team? When we're watching football, what should I expect? And she was like, well, I'm a Broncos fan. So he's like, well, you know what? On that, we can compromise. Now, I appreciate this talk. I'm not sure that I buy Brennan being all in with Emily, but I like Emily. And that's just that on that. Moving forward, Lauren and Orion. So they get in bed. And he asked if it was a temporary solution they could come up with. So then he tells her he apologizes. But then he asked her if she thinks it's because she had sex that he took sex off the table. And she's like, yes, that's exactly what I think, because that's exactly what you said. So then he tries to backpedal. And she said, no, stand on it. Why are you saying that if you don't mean it? Exactly what you said is what you should stand on. So he was like, well, I mean, it was. She said, finally, the truth. Baby, the way she sat up in that bed. Now, I told y'all on that Thanksgiving review, I told y'all he was going to see a whole other side to Lauren, and I knew she had it in her. And speaking of Lauren, last week, I accidentally called Morgan Lauren. Do y'all understand what was going down, honey? I was trying to whip up the potatoes, put in the pies, cook the ham, greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes. Honey, I had a lot of stuff going on. So I accidentally called Lauren Morgan. I got it, y'all. Do y'all know how many Married at First Sight people I have stashed in my brain? And I have to remember verbatim what they got to say and what they doing and how they doing it? Y'all give me some slack. Cut me some slack. Woo! Baby, y'all be, it's Morgan. I'm like, okay. My bad, y'all. I meant Morgan, and Lauren is on this season, so I accidentally called Morgan Lauren. Child, it's going to be okay. So anywho, baby, the way she sat up in that bed. Now, I told y'all he was going to see a whole nother side to her. Now, even I was a little intimidated. I said, okay, Lauren, I'm sorry. It's sex back on the table. It's cool. Baby, even I was like, we can do what you want. And child, I was scared. She is too much for his fragility. He ain't going to be able to handle her, honey. So they start talking, and she tells him that she wasn't chosen for the show when she had sex. So what is the problem? She said, do you feel like I was not as serious as you? He said, no, that's not what I'm saying. She really wanted an answer as to why he took sex off the table, baby. She said, give me an answer. I need an answer. I don't like a gray area. I need answers. I said, oh, baby, he better come up with an answer. He better come up with it quick. So he tells her that he doesn't feel comfortable with her having gone through the process and still sleeping with someone else. Now, in this moment, I can say that I can see both sides. He may feel like, she really wasn't all in. This is not something that's serious for her. It's just something she's doing because she was still out there, getting it popping. But at the same time, in all fairness, she didn't know if she was going to be chosen. I don't exactly know how the process goes, but as long as when they showed up, when Dr. Peppers went through her underwear drawer, if she didn't get it popping that night, then it is okay. Okay? It is okay. Because what is she supposed to do? Just stall her life out until they're saying go? Like, what is she supposed to do? So she told him that that's not fair. And he's saying, I'm standing on it. I'm standing on the fact that I didn't judge you. She said, well, I'm standing on the fact that I know that that's the reason why you took sex off the table. So he tells her that it made him uncomfortable, and he admits that he was careless with the way that he came up, but it's his truth. So she tells him to stand on it. And baby, Lauren is, as the young kids say, standing on business. Baby, Lauren standing on business, honey. She frightened him in that moment, y'all. I could see it. It's written all over your face. You don't have to say a word. Baby, he was frightened. Because he is no match for her. And I think it was in that moment that he knew he had effed up. Moving forward. Day 7 of marriage. Cameron and Claire. So they're up early. But Claire, why do you look like you wearing a full face of makeup with a lip? I said, girl, did you just wake up? So Cameron is telling her that his ear hurts. So he needs to go to the doctor to get it fixed or get it looked at. So she was like, yeah, well, I have a meeting, so I'm not going to be able to go. He said, okay, well, I'll just go while you're in the meeting. She wants to eat breakfast first. She even knew his breakfast order. She said, you want pancakes, coffee black, syrup for your pancakes, honey, 2 pieces of strawberry, 4 pieces of bacon, extra crispy, eggs over easy. And that's that. Extra napkins. I said, okay, Claire. Okay, Claire. I love to see it, girl. So then he brings up them living together. And she tells him that she's a very independent person, but, this is going to be an adjustment for her. And she did this so that she wouldn't have to be such an independent person. And I get that. It's hard to switch gears when you're used to doing things your way for so long. And for people that say, well, why would you sign up for this if you know you independent? Because you also want to share your life with someone. And even if you're not that independent, living with someone is an adjustment for everyone. If you can just get in with somebody and then just start rearranging your whole schedule and everything that you normally do, and it's fine for you, that's great. But I have to be real. When you live with somebody, whether or not you're hyper independent or not, it's going to be an adjustment. Becca, aka Pink, and Austin. So they're eating breakfast. Of course, they like to get heavy over eggs. So she brings up religion. He says that I never heard of it. Religion? What is that? Now is not the time, Austin. Okay, it's really not. He wants to wait to talk about that until later. He said he doesn't want to scare her off yet. Uh-oh. What does that mean? In the next scene, we see Lauren, and she's telling us that Orion wasn't in bed when she woke up this morning. So she said they talked, and now he's changing his tune. He says that sex is no longer off the table. Sir, you have an issue with it. You just were not expecting Lauren's wrath. That's what it really is. Orion seems like the type to break you down, see you get upset, and then say, I'm just playing with you. I'm just kidding. No, you said it, and now you have to deal with the repercussions of you saying it. Emily and Brennan. So Emily is playing basketball, honey, with one hand because she doesn't want to lay that drink down. I said, Emily. Oh, my girl, M. So they sit down. So she asked if he knew how to have fun. Well, baby, what she say that for? Brennan took offense. Oh, way these men sensitive. Now, what's wrong now? It was a joke, okay? A jokey joke. The way that he kept asking her, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? And the way he switched up. Oh, y'all, honey, something ain't right. I told y'all it was giving me Dateline when I first was introduced to him, and he kept saying, we're going to be together till death do us part. Just something about him, honey. I don't trust it. She tells him that she's just kidding, but he keeps on carrying on. Brennan, it was a joke. Relax. He said, oh, you'll know when I'm mad. She said, oh, I'm scared, but she was kind of smiling, but I know in the back of her mind, she was actually scared. He said, no, you haven't seen me get mad. You'll know. The only people that can really make me mad are my parents. Well, I'm going to tell you what I haven't seen. I haven't seen fun on this honeymoon yet. Y'all have not done one endearing thing. Usually I get something out of the couples when they gather together here today, but y'all are giving nothing. When I say nothing but gloomy skies and rain, like it's giving joy and pain. It's giving nothing. Sunshine and rain. That's what Shy, y'all ain't giving nothing, honey. Y'all need to be stopped. In the next scene, Lauren comes back from working out. And guess she had to work off the tension, honey. She had to put her energy somewhere because sex is off the table. So Orion is there looking all somber. So they start talking. He says that he's emotionally depleted. Why he always got to be so extra with it? I'm emotionally depleted. She said, well, you know, I give you some grace because I realize you weren't your best self. I totally understand. I give you grace. So then he tells her, same, sis, same. No, I'm just kidding. But he did say that he dropped the ball. So she told him that she just wants consistency in him. Like, make it make sense. The math needs to math. If you say one thing, you need to do said thing. And then she apologizes for elevating her voice. But in the moment, she felt like he wasn't her husband, just a man she met 6 days ago. This the one right here. He is a man that you met 6 days ago. He is. And you've lost track of time being with him, honey, because we are 7 days into marriage. So he is just a man you met 7 days ago because he doesn't treat you like a partner. These two right here, y'all are wearing me out. Do you hear me? Y'all are wearing me thin. Orion, why are you crying now? What is going on? Y'all are talking more therapy lingo than Claire, the actual therapist. This is becoming a toxic cycle. Y'all get together, y'all talk real heavy, then y'all go somewhere, y'all pretend to make up, then y'all get back and talk real heavy, then y'all have a session, then y'all come back, then y'all get somewhere and talk real heavy. Y'all gonna have to stop this. Cameron and Claire. He has to go to the hospital in Cancun because the doctor that he saw cannot figure out his ear issue. Baby Claire said, okay, best of luck. Baby Claire said, best of luck to you. I got a meeting. Deuces. So baby, she's out. Becca and Austin. So they're on the beach. He asked if she felt like he was avoiding things because he knew that that was a problem with her past relationships. She said, no, I feel like I rushed into having really tough conversations in the past and I don't want to do that with you. So then she brings up that she's agnostic, but she was raised Catholic. I think she said Catholic or Jewish. It was one of those. I'm so sorry if I got it wrong. She brings up religion again and says that there has been anxiety surrounding it with other men, but with him, there hasn't been any anxiety. He tells her that he's just plain old Christian. His parents didn't align on religion, and he knows that he and Becca are going to have differences. So she's like, yeah, I mean, we're going to have differences, but it's just so much other stuff there. She said, I just feel like if we build on other aspects, then we'll be able to get through a lot. Becca is just happy he accepts her with her health issues. That's really what it is. She can't see the forest for the trees, honey. She is willing to overlook things. Becca, religion is a big thing. That is something that you really have to think about and talk about. You cannot just brush it under the rug. And Becca is always giving him so many flowers, honey. She's just giving him all of his flowers. I mean, verbally. She gonna act like Austin is perfect if she don't do nothing else. Moving forward. He feels like they can work on the small things first and then the big things. These two are in for a rude awakening. Wait till they get to that shared apartment. Baby, this right here is a fool. Austin was avoiding this conversation like the plague. I thought that he had some huge secret and he gonna come out and say, well, I'm Christian. Okay. Anyway, Lauren and Orion. Oh, Lord. These two are sitting here talking about they need to call Dr. Pia. They are emotionally draining me through the TV. Please separate. Separate. Y'all need to separate. Get away from each other. They're having a FaceTime call with Dr. Pia. Now, I'm happy the experts are on call, honey, because they have been hearing our cries. And now we can FaceTime them. So they're having a FaceTime call with Dr. Pia. And I was like, yes, call in an expert. He starts telling her that he said sex was off the table because she had sex prior to that. So Dr. Pia asked if he still felt the same way. He's like, honestly, no. Orion, that is not the truth. That's not the case. Be honest about it, because I feel like you're just trying to save face. You just want to look good on TV. Tell the truth. So he says they need more of a foundation, and he feels like he failed her as a husband. So she tells him, you didn't fail me. Oh, but he did. That is the kicker. He did. So Dr. Pia asks her if that's her perspective, and she says no. So Dr. Pia asked if he felt like she was being honest when she says no. He said, well, after she calmed down, she did tell me that it was okay. He said it was her tone when he got elevated. You know, I started to get confused, uncomfortable, overwhelmed. And then all of a sudden, he says that the elevated tones made him relive what happened in his home. And he had to protect his mom and his sister from his stepfather. So he doesn't want it to be a part of his marriage. And he's having a hard time feeling comfortable in that and confident in that because of the emotions that were so raw last night. So I just want to point this out. Orion made it a point to say that she, insulted an entire community and culture. And later on, he's going to say something that made me go, wow, really? But to me, the way that he is depicting Lauren's character, like she lost her mind on him last night, is really beyond me. It's almost like a slap in the face because Orion, I just feel like now you're trying to villainize Lauren and make it seem like she's some big bad wolf, some angry black woman that just got extremely upset with you and started going off. Yeah, she was upset. Everybody gets upset. She didn't cuss you out. She didn't get up. She didn't, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like the way that he's explaining it to Dr. Pia is just very off-putting for me. It's something very manipulative in the way that he's describing this. I just don't like it. So she did say that she got animated when she was being attacked. I mean, I think all of us have gotten, as she states, animated when we're upset. I also think he saw another side of Lauren and he didn't like her speaking to him the way that she did. And as soon as she said those things to him and made him feel that way, then all bets were off. So Dr. Pia tells them about the bank account relationship and that they need to deposit into each other and not make a lot of withdrawals without, depositing into each other and making each other feel good. So he tells her that they have been depositing into each other, but last night was just one of the biggest withdrawals for me. And I'm just like, Orion, how did you become the victim? I don't get it, y'all. I do not get it. I'm so confused. I don't even understand what the argument was about at this point. Hell, he done gaslit me. So after they hang the phone up, he tells her he needs a little space. He needs some space to catch his breath. Because she said, well, what can I do, for you? What can I give to you? How can I help you? He said, I just need a little space to catch my breath. And again, how did this become about him needing a minute? I am confusion. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Claire is happy as a lamb that Cam isn't in the room. Claire, I'm not going to play with you. Girl, you ain't had no meeting and you ain't fooling me. Moving forward. Now, instead of Claire going to the hospital, she comes to dinner all dressed up. So they're like, Claire, where's Cam? She's like, oh, at the hospital. He has like an ear infection or something. I don't know. Hope he's okay. So then Cameron shows up with a huge bouquet of roses. Claire hits him with a side hug and tells him that he's the bomb.com. Ma'am, at least give him a peck. Okay? Earache is painful as hell. And he's out here thinking about you. Cameron went in a gift shop and said, honey, give me all the flowers that you have in the gift shop and throw in some sunflowers while you're at it. Baby, that was a monster size arrangement. Do you hear me? He had flowers of all different kind. I said, not sunflowers in the front. Okay, Cam. So they sit down. Everybody starts talking about the honeymoon coming to an end and what's been going on in their marriages. Ooh, this season is awful. I mean, I can't even tell you what the people said, honey. It's just awful. I can tell that Lauren isn't as comfortable as she once was with Orion. She brings up working on her tone. She apologizes to him yet again. Now, I do think that she spoke assertively, but I don't feel like she yelled him out. I really don't. And I'm just trying to figure out how did it warrant an apology. But maybe that's just me. So now here goes Orion talking about, I just can't get over the things that Lauren said. I mean, it's still a big obstacle. Now, he's saying this in the confessional. Well, Orion, if that's true, why are you pretending that everything is all good? You are just looking for any old excuse to sabotage this marriage, and you ain't fooling me. See, what I've learned about you, Orion, is that you like to try different things out and see if they work for you. So when the casting special was on, it may have been the casting special or episode 1, honey, it was something. And Orion was talking about how he went on these dates and things didn't work out and all this kind of stuff. So Orion, you're talking about Lauren wasn't as serious as you were because she had sex prior to coming on this show, but you're not serious either. You came on this show to see if it would work out for you. You're just playing a game. You came on here to see if it would work. And now that you feel like, no, this isn't for me. Now you're finding any and every excuse to make this woman the bad guy. Please stop it right now. Like, this is what she meant when she said, stand on how you feel. And Lauren, you are mothering him at this point. He crying on your shoulder, and every time you turn around, you got to pacify him and woo, 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 woo. No, nobody got time for that. You need somebody that's going to match you. This is ridiculous. So Lauren now has apologized publicly and privately. The whole time she thinks that they've crossed one hurdle, and he's talking about he can't get over it. And she cut him too deep. You don't like the lady. Just say that. Okay? You do not like her, and it is very clear. If you don't like her, then you just don't damn like her. Just say it. Claire and Cameron. So his ear is starting to feel better, and they're laying in bed, and they start talking about them going back home. They start to talk about the trip up there, and you know how he had acted like he had skates on his feet, honey. He was already on a plane, strapped in, and she was still in TSA. And so he tells her that it wasn't his intention to leave her behind at the airport. Well, what was it? And why were you walking so fast? He said going back, he needs to be more aware. Okay, Cam. It seems like you're trying to get your mind, okay? It seems like you're trying to get your wits about you. So I'm going to just give you some, as Lauren would say, I'm going to give you some grace because you just weren't yourself. Oh, child. Oh, honey, let me stop hollering, honey. My throat hurt. You just weren't yourself, honey. So then she says, I just feel like I overreacted. But Claire, did you overreact? Or should Cameron have helped his new wife by at least walking side by side? Everybody bending and everybody being fake. And y'all slow to do everything. Okay, everything's moving slowly. You and Cameron are slow to show affection. Lauren and Orion are slow to understand. Becca and Austin are slow to get real. And Emily and Brennan are slow to pound town. This is just a fool. Everything is moving so slow. Moving forward. For me, these two give friends they used to be married vibes. It's giving Clint and Gina. Afterwards, he's going to babysit the dog and then find him somebody else. And then she's going to go down to the bike shop and buy a bike for her new man. Lauren and Orion. So they're waking up. They not bonnet buddies this morning, I can tell you that. So Orion tells us that they talked last night, and she said that he told her that he didn't know if he could continue on with her. He doesn't feel like he can come back from the comment that she made. And that's when I said, I know you ain't lying, but baby, this right here took the cake. He said he feels like a minority in his marriage. Orion, stop it. Stop it right now. You are being manipulative. You know good and dang on well you messed up. So instead of taking accountability and ownership for the foolery that you did and being all judgy boots, now you're making it about you can't get over the comment when you sat and ate your ice cream that she brought you and told her that it was okay and she didn't mess up that bad. She didn't mess up your marriage. Now all of a sudden, when you sit back and contemplate conveniently after you make a mistake, now you can't get over it. You feel like a minority in a marriage to your black wife? Okay, sir. Becca and Austin. So they wake up talking in each other's faces with morning breath about going back to the shared apartment. Baby, Becca is down bad. Oh, Becca is down bad, honey. I'm shocked Austin isn't wearing that hat. Honey, that's all I got from this, okay? I'm just not getting back into this thing. So really and truly, that's all I got from this scene. Moving forward. Oh, Becca, you always have such nice things to say, hun. And he's just sitting there like, okay, yeah, I feel the same. Now, for me, I feel like Austin is immature, and I think Becca is starting to sense it. And it's going to get hard to be serious when y'all get back to the shared apartment and those serious conversations start to happen. It's going to take a toll. Don't say I didn't warn you. So everybody's packing to end this honeymoon at Heartbreak Hotel. And they go to meet for breakfast. So Lauren is off by herself and Claire comes over to see what's going on. And baby, she is breaking down. She said that she's trying to keep it together. She's been trying to hold it in. She started to fall for him and she's been giving grace, but he keeps throwing in her face that she disrespected his community and his culture. And then she overheard him saying that she didn't have his back. She has really apologized profusely. She's been hopping on the Googler to try to Google what it is that she needs to learn. And then she said she got upset, started yelling. She took her ring off and said she wanted a divorce. And she's like, I am so mad. I'm just so mad. This is what I have to say, Lauren. I'm speaking directly to you, honey. It's been all of 1 week. Cut your losses. 7 days. How does 7 days translate into hours? Let's do some calculations. It's 24 hours in a day. You have been married to him 168 hours. Forget about it. Okay? Leave him where you found him. Don't even worry about it. And Lauren, also, like you told him, stand on it. Stand in your feelings. Don't try to ball everything up. And this is exactly what I knew, to walk around tiptoeing and balling all of her emotions up and walking on eggshells. And that's not going to work. Y'all so busy using every textbook therapy word that you aren't communicating your true feelings. State it plain. Just talk to each other. I'm going to give you grace. I am specifically sitting at 180 degrees so that you can feel me. Once you get to 180, we will be whole at 360. No, just say, look, I do not like how you treat me. And why are you talking about me this way? You told me that everything was cool, and now you're saying it ain't cool. Why would you do that? So now I have been sitting here on the premise of a lie. And Orion, you're just a big lie all the way around. Honey, I don't even know how you got through the matchmaking special, but every season they like to play in our faces. So I guess that's how you got through. Anywho, Claire, I have to commend you because you did great in this moment, just being a listening ear to her, not being judgy, not trying to give your own experience, just sitting there listening. I can tell that you're a therapist and you seem like you might be a good one. Moving forward. So, child, in the next scene, we see him. Here he come, looking silly, FaceTiming Pastor Calvin. Pastor Calvin got them glasses on, so you know it's finna get real. So he starts tattling on Lauren. And Pastor Cal is like, okay, did at any time she say she was wrong? He said, I mean, she did. But after thinking about it, I just felt the weight of it. And I just felt like really, really offended. Again, the way this man is making it seem like Lauren purposely set out to hurt him when you are the one who said the word first. I'm not even going to go through that because I'm not even about to argue. I know how it went down. My eyes do not deceive me. You said the word, not her. This is appalling. So Pastor Cal says, well, you have every right to be upset, especially her talking about your culture. That's why we matched the two of you. We didn't think you were going to have this kind of problem. Pastor Cal, please. Okay. So then Pastor asked him if he accepted the apology. Well, it's really hard to accept it because she took off her ring and she said that she wasn't attracted. No, don't try to throw that in there. Now you just saying any old thing and now you lying. Tell him about you using the N-word. Tell him about that. So Pastor Cal is all team Orion, not even getting the other side. So he said, it's just sad because I know that she cares, but when it comes up, it just gets really explosive. Y'all have only talked about it once and it wasn't explosive. It's time that you talked about it. What are you talking about? Huh? Okay. So then Pastor Cal asks to speak to Lauren. She comes in and tells him, 1 minute Orion said they were good, then they weren't good. She said he told her that she didn't have his back. She didn't appreciate that. She has apologized profusely. She doesn't know what else she can do. So now she's completely broken. She's crying, telling him, that she spiraled and took off her ring, said that she wanted a divorce. Girl, that man-child is going to run you crazy. Get out. This went from you being judged, okay, him apologizing, and now it's you back in the hot seat, blindsided. Leave him and go find your person. This is a preview to the movie of your life with him, girl, and it is not a wonderful life. It's giving Nightmare on Elm Street. I would leave him exactly where he is. I am sorry. I'm not about to be going through all of this with a stranger. How many hours did we say? It's been 168 hours. I'm not about to be going through all of this with you. I'm just not. So Pastor Cal asked if she wanted to get a divorce. Girl, yes. Okay, yes, we want a divorce. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So Lauren says no. She says that she was just letting her emotions take over. Well, now this is where it gets crazy. So Pastor Cal tells her that he doesn't have to tell her that it was wrong to say divorce and take the ring off. And she's like, no, I didn't mean to. So he tells her that he wants to sit with the both of them. Pastor Cal, just leave it. He's telling half truths and finding any old excuse. Just leave it. So anyway, he comes back in and she explains again that she knew that it hurt him. And he said she has apologized, but she offended him, his family, his mom, his culture. He said it affected the entire community and he's going to have to answer to them. This is unacceptable. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Orion said every time they try to talk about it, it goes from 0 to 100 real quick. So she looking at him like, what are you talking about? That is a lie. We have not even talked about it. So what are you saying? So Orion then tells him that he can't get over it. He says, so there's no coming back from this. No, I just don't think that I can get over it. He starts to tell them about this experience that he's had when he was younger, and his first experience with racism was at the hands of someone else, and now she's done it and he just cannot simply move past it. It's not going to work. So she's crying, she's walking off, beating herself up over this loser. Okay, I'm gonna say this now. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Really and truly, if we really want to be real, this isn't even about that. It's about her having sex before she came on this show. And he already said that he doesn't like the matriarchy or whatever it is he said that he doesn't like. Basically, he don't want no woman in charge. And when she started talking to him the way that she did, when they had that disagreement, he immediately was like, nope, I'm not going to be able to do it. I want someone that I am going to be able to control and manipulate and gaslight and become offended, and then I can victimize myself and she will grovel at my feet, which Lauren was doing for a minute, but now it ain't working. Orion, you can go. Lauren, leave this man where he is, honey, because it's never gonna get no better. Now I see y'all on next episode sitting in front of these experts. Don't let these experts confuse y'all and to continue to talk, because it ain't gonna work. I'm telling you right now. And we didn't see y'all at decision day, so that means your decision day was next episode. And if that's the case, the whole show gonna be as boring as it want to be. And I don't know what I'm gonna do after that. And that was the end of the episode. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. What did you think about Orion really trying it like that? He has really flipped this entire thing. This is crazy. Everybody be respectful down in the comments. Please leave your comments down below. Talk to me. I'm going to talk back. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.